All right. We are up and running. Welcome, everyone. Glad you're here on the webinar with us and interested in exploring Brank. I am delighted you're here. My name is Robert Burns, and I want to just wait a minute or two. We'll have some folks show up, no doubt. They're coming in as we speak. I want to welcome Michael Wowk, John Arting, better known as Farmer John, Emika Joseph. Very, very pleased to have a group of folks here that are on the same page as far as how Brank works and equally enthusiastic, maybe more enthusiastic. And you can see, in John's case, what he does for a living behind him there. The tractors in that garage and the equipment in that garage are worth a lot more than it's pretty remarkable. And here we have, this is great. We have a special guest appearance coming up here. And I think probably what we'll do is just wait a minute or two before we start. But Daniel Noor Mohammed is the founder of Brank, and I couldn't be more pleased to be able to introduce him here in just a minute. He'll be popping in, and he can't stay long. It is Ramadan. He is in Britain, and he wants to go eat dinner, and I made it clear that he could just come in and give us kind of a very high-level, quick synopsis of what he was intending to do with Brank and why he intended to do it. So, in fact, there he is, the man himself.
Robert, how you doing?
Better than I deserve.
Sadly, I'm stuck in my car here, so I do apologize for the poor lighting, which
no
is
worries.
the sun in my face at the moment. So, Brank is very interesting. Brank is a whole new breed, a whole new kind of era that I'm kind of bringing things into. It's benefiting a lot of people and a lot of countries, put it that way. So,
Daniel, you frozen.
An example would be, the guys in India, for example, they've got and they're using the platform to learn how to trade prior to this regulation being released. Can you guys hear me clearly? Yeah, it's okay. Perfect. I built Brank to help people learn how to trade. The very, very beginning of Brank was when my friends came to me to learn how to trade, none of which wanted to spend any money inside crypto, which means buying into Binance or KuCoin or whatever the exchange is called that you would use in other parts of the country, other parts of the world even. The beauty here, right, is Brank gave them the opportunity to learn risk-free, zero cost, zero risk. It has what's called a learn portfolio, right? The learn portfolio is what you can use that doesn't cost you anything. The bit that's very interesting after you learn how to trade is tournaments. Tournaments is when you play against other people. So I get on a regular basis Farmer John and Nicholas saying they're better than me at trading, So we get into these tournaments and we battle it out, We really work against each other to really go against the time and really get to the highest rank on these tournaments. And this is what makes this whole thing so amazing. It brings people together, it brings communities together. It's just an amazing application, Robert?
Yes.
Was there anything specific you wanted me to cover in any way?
I should have done a better job explaining, a bit about your background. I know when I was, you and I became acquainted, one of the things that jumped out to me was your programming background, and that's no small feat. Another
Yep.
.com and I'm foggy on the power grid stuff that you did, but these are not assignments that somebody just gives to somebody willy-nilly. In other words, you have to have some chops to get those assignments. And so, guys, we have a very, very talented programmer in Daniel Noor Muhammad, and he is someone that, I'm just tickled that I get to be here, really. I mean, the fact that we have a platform that is amazingly helpful, and a guy that, as literally sometimes we're on the call with Daniel and there'll be some issue because the program is still in beta, so to be clear, but there'll be times where we have something that pops up on the screen as an issue, and literally on the call, he goes, okay, it's fixed. So
yeah, he's not wrong. I built Brank from scratch. Right, from a single piece of code, I had Brank fully built out, developed. Everyone was on it. It was beautiful. There were small hiccups that we resolved on the way. Obviously, you can't equate for everything in one go.
Hi, guys. This is Robert Burns. I'm glad you're here. I'm here with...
I'm a senior software architect, so I build things to precision. I build things perfectly. But what I didn't expect was 150 people to turn up inside a tournament. That was shocking, and to be honest with you, it took, 40 seconds or a minute for the page to load occasionally. That was terrible. When I experienced that, and I've got a 200 meg broadband line, it's fast. It took ages to load. Now it loads in less than half a second. Why? Because I re-architectured the whole thing.
Right.
That same evening, and having the ability to do that is phenomenal. You would very rarely come across a case where someone's able to resolve issues that quick or come up with a solution so quick.
Right.
Brank is a whole new creature.
I'm going to mute you, Amika, because there's some background noise coming in.
Okay.
Daniel, what do you see as the future, with Brank, and where you have a vision of Brank going?
So, to me, Brank has a very, very good future. Trading is not going to finish anytime soon. This is the very, very start of trading. Now, what does that mean for everyone that gets involved with Brank? Well, they've got a head start before everyone else in trading, in tournaments, in gaining credits and getting tokens, getting involved,
Right.
The important thing that we need to look at with Brank, right, is the opportunities it presents is endless. Both corporate opportunities and opportunities for its users and its ambassadors. So Brank is a community-driven system. Without you guys, it wouldn't exist. It's community-driven. It's driven by people. So this is the reason why we have things like the Brank Plus package to make sure you guys are learning everything you need to learn. This is why we have the ambassador package for you guys to get involved and get people, create tournaments and get people involved in these tournaments, and you get paid in doing that, This is creating a whole new world of trading, of a system, So if you take, for example, the Indians or the Nigerians, for example, they have regulations right now as to buying crypto, using it with their bank and stuff, and all the scrutiny involved if they get caught doing it. I don't know what the consequences are there, but in India, it can be pretty brutal. They close your bank down, they close your business down, and all sorts of things like that, in India. This gives you a huge, huge, huge head start in trading, in getting involved, in learning how to trade, learning the strategies. Depending on where the market is going would depend on what strategy you use. Depending on where the market is going would be whether you're there to make more Bitcoin, there to make more dollars, there to make more Ethereum. Right now, we're in what's called alt season. And believe it or not, Bitcoin is not going up in comparison to Ethereum. Ethereum is shooting out the roof, and that's happening for a reason, you know? Now, the beauty here, right, is when you're playing in tournaments, you earn what's called credits. These credits are essentially a multiplier based on your token buy-in into a tournament that you earn based on where you place. You know, you have to place in order to earn credits in tournaments. Now, the beauty here is you're able to actually convert those credits into USDC, which you can then take out and go trade in the real world. There's no involvement with your banks or any transfers, except for when buying tokens. And this is what gives you a doorway into trading, into the real world as well as the simulated world. I mean, you could just be a top trader in simulation, you know, in tournaments, and just keep doing that instead of the real world and just bank the money. You know, this is how fascinating this project is. You know, if you become very good at trading, you could become an ambassador, and that could earn you just as much money. You actually earn up to 10% of the prize pool. So the more people you invite, the more money you make, you know? This is what makes this platform fascinating. Now, answering Robert's question about the future prospects of Brank. That was such a long-winded version of answering that question. We're going to look at partnerships with Binance. Okay. And what that allows me to do is it allows me to join their brokerage plan and have real trading in Brank. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Binance is. They're one of the biggest exchanges in the world. They are huge. They are so big that their fees are so small. You know, and this is why people love them. And this is what's made them grow so quick. Now, the beauty here, right, is because Binance have such a huge footstep in the market of trading, they're able to provide what's called a brokerage tool that allows me to do real trading within Brank using my interface that I've developed. That's amazing. That's almost unheard of. You know, being able to use a platform that I built to do real trading in is really, really good. You know, you can't make that up. You know, so when that happens, that's where you guys can really get involved. There may be a degree of KYC involved. That was an option that Binance gave me, but they advised me to make sure I do that. However, there wouldn't be anything like leverage trading on the platform. So there will be no scrutiny in places like America or anything like that. One thing I will do, though, is I will make sure that I have SEC approval and FCA approval, which to me is vital for the integrity of the platform. There is nothing that I will do on this platform which doesn't have integrity. This is vital for any success that we have in Brank, to make sure that integrity is there. I've just got to move my car forward a bit. Oh, no, forward, not back. The other amazing thing that we have in place is BBC. Now, everyone is familiar with BBC News all across Facebook, all across all these beautiful other platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and I doubt it's on Snapchat, but you never know, right? You know, these guys are on anything these days. The beauty here is they want to take my platform and distribute it across 3,000 schools in England. I have a friend of mine who I've spoken to recently who has very strong ties with Kenya. He worked with a lot of the schools there, providing them with all the materials and all the extensions to their buildings to expand some of the schools. And he's going to look at taking Brank out to their world. He's going to look at taking Brank to the schools in Kenya and introducing crypto to their students. What does this do? This creates a whole new world of trading. You know, it turns Africa into a trading hub. This is phenomenal. This is truly amazing. My family is actually Kenyan. My family grew up in Kenya, in Zambia. I've got family in Tanzania. I've got a lot of friends from Cameroon and maybe a couple in Nigeria. You know, I come from a Muslim background, so you know this is the sort of thing that I enjoy doing. I enjoy helping people. You know, this is what I do. But I help people not by just giving them a few signals to trade, but by providing with the tools to be successful. Because I feel that if I'm going to be successful in life, I want everyone else to be successful in life. And this is how I'm doing it. This is my journey to helping everyone around the world. And I think everyone's got the point, right? This is going to go far. This has got a long way to go. What do you think, Robert Burns?
I concur. And what's so exciting, guys, is that we're really, we're in beta, so it's in its infancy. We really haven't had the official no kidding kickoff yet. And so those of us that are here early, there's opportunities that go beyond just learning how to trade yourself. There are some that are very good teachers, and teachers tend to do well in this type of an arena where they have the ability to communicate clearly and be effective. We like to have fun, as you'll see when we get into the tournament. We trash talk. We even let Canadians in here. I mean, that's something. I see. I got a smile there out of Michael Wowk. We try to have fun and have a good time, because when you're having fun, it tends to you tend to learn more and have a just a more pleasant experience. But Daniel said something, and make sure you didn't miss that. Make sure you caught it. Ambassadors. What does that mean? That means somebody that has the cream rises to the top, right? You've got somebody that's very skilled at trading and a good communicator. Well, that person has earned the right through their own production, their own results, which is undeniable. It's self-evident. However they achieve the skills, and Brank will play a big role in them doing so. But when they get there, then they have the opportunity to host their own tournaments and do things that really can be very lucrative, because they're being rewarded for the skills that they've developed and leading and teaching people to do the same kinds of things. We need ambassadors in Nigeria. So, yep. We've got a fellow on here that I think has a lot of promise, and I'd like you guys to hear from him soon. But Daniel, thank you so much for taking the time out. I know this is a busy holiday for you and busy time. So
no, you're welcome.
I sure appreciate you coming and joining us. And as I said, I couldn't be more pleased to be in business and associated with somebody like Daniel. So,
no, you're welcome. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to let me know. Whether it's on here or on Discord.
We will. I'll do my best to get people plugged into Discord, and also
yep.
We're gonna. One of the things that I want to do here real quick, right after I introduce one of our guests here, Emika, is we're going to get into what the questions from the audience are. So I'll have all of that written down and be sure to relay that to you. If there's anything the three of us
perfect
can't manage to tackle, we won't be shy.
The one thing I do want to say before I disappear, because I do have to run. When I'm speaking to this guy in India, Pratik, he's going to give a lot of emphasis in India because they speak a language I can't speak. I'm actually Indian. My ancestors are Indian. My family's from Kenya. There's a lot of Indians in Africa, and my family is one of them, So we have a lot of ties there. But I can't speak Swahili, for example, in Kenya. They call me a Mzungu. And I'm pretty sure anyone who speaks Swahili knows what that means, right? They call me the white boy, You can't speak my language. Pratik is handling all the business in India at the moment, the tournaments, everything, because I can't speak Hindi. I can't speak Gujarati either. And my granddad, he's pissed over that, you know. But it's one of those things, you know, I never got around to learning it. But this gives people opportunity to create the forefront for Brank, because if you're based in Nigeria, Cameroon, Kenya, Tanzania, wherever you are in Africa, you can create that footprint for your country to be involved as an ambassador and lead that forward because you speak the language. That's important, because when people learn to trade, when people trade and use Brank, they need someone who can use that language to translate it to them, because there's some extremely clever people out there, extremely clever. And I'm not kidding you, right? There's a lot of Indians that I worked with in the past, but I can't speak the language. But my God, they are clever. If only I could speak the language and get that information out of them, it would be unreal, you know. And I think Robert Burns can testify on that, because he's worked with a lot of foreign people on stuff that he's built, you know.
Well,
it makes a world of difference.
My ancestors, the Scots, if particularly if they're blue collar Scots, it's a different language as far as I'm concerned. I need a translator for them. So,
yeah.
So in any event, I want to, again, thank you for coming. I'm going to have folks hear from a fellow that we ran across one another. Our paths crossed, I don't know, 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And his name is Emeka Joseph. And Emeka hails from Nigeria. So I wanted you guys to hear from him. Before I unmute Emeka, just kind of an overview of what we'll be doing today. First thing is, if you can type questions in the chat. Any question you've got, please type it in the chat. Raise your hand also if you'd like to speak on the microphone. This is an interactive sport here. We want to make sure we get all of your questions covered. You're going to see how to play at Brank, starting with how do I get tokens to play with in these tournaments that require tokens? How do I get a wallet? We've got a lot of good information for you. You'll see how to purchase tokens at Brank. You'll see how to play in a tournament, how to register, how to place trades, entries and exits. And I know if you've been in, it may look confusing, but believe me, we'll take our time to, we've got an hour and 30, about an hour and a half. So what we had intended to do was to get all of the questions up front, try to get the basics covered up front, and then we'll actually engage in the tournament so you can see a live tournament taking place, see exactly what we're doing. Stay tuned on Zoom. You can interact, and we're delighted to have you do so. So that's kind of the agenda for the day. And so what I'd like to do is I'm going to bring up now Emeka Joseph, who hails from Nigeria. I'd like you guys to hear from him first before we start into the questions and kind of the overview, and that'll give you a sense of somebody from Nigeria specifically who has recently come aboard in Brank and what his experience has been. So let's see if Emeka, I know he was traveling, so his audio may be not perfect, but we'll see if it's going to work. Emeka, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Terrific. Welcome.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much. Good evening, all from Nigeria. So happy being a part of this family, Brank. I am Emeka Joseph. I'm a Nigerian. I lecture chemistry in the university. But I've been into online businesses for so many reasons, and I've lost a lot of money. I've been into trades. I've lost a lot of money. But somehow I just stumbled. I would say I stumbled into Robert Burns. I don't know. I can't really say how I stumbled into him. He introduced me into different things like Crypto Pro and even Brank. I ventured into Brank. The first day I ventured into Brank, he just advised me. I registered and all that. Got my first token. Actually, I did not get into the tournament. I was just listening, looking at the tournament, looking at Brank tournament. I was amazed. I was so surprised. I even had to go to Discord to tell them I was so happy that I've been able to win some tokens for myself. I mean, some credit for myself. I did the first one. I won some credits, even though they were so little. That is, I won something out of about 16 traders, even very experienced traders. I think I came fifth the first tournament. It gave me that impetus. It gave me that courage to get into the second tournament. After like 2 days, I got into the second tournament. I even had to, for the first tournament, I took the free token. Then the second tournament, I even had to buy my own token because I was interested. Because I actually wanted to go further. Since I could win something in the first tournament, I wanted to go further. I had to purchase my own token, entered for the second tournament, won something also. Like I said, even though for me they were small, but at least it gave me that courage to know that things like this work. So I'm so impressed with what is happening in Binance. Even today, when there was this workshop meeting that also that Mr. Daniel was there, Corey, some other Brank family members were there. I know I asked a question about Binance hooking up Brank and Binance. The same question, the same answer he gave was the same answer he gave this evening was the same thing. So I'm so happy being part of Brank. And I know Brank is going to take us places. For now, I wouldn't say I'm an experienced trader. I'm not an experienced trader, but for the little I learned from Brank, they teach you a whole lot of things. They communicate, they interact with you. They make it very homely and friendly. So with these things going this way, I would want to say with the little time I've been with them, I'm being very confident with trading, even though I've not gone trading live. But the little I'm doing on Brank, I think I will go places. It's just a matter of time. Fellow Nigerians, let's key into what is happening in Brank. I believe the future is very bright for us. Because it's not giving you fish, but they are taking us where we are going to get the fish ourselves. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Emeka. And just for people's benefit, how do you feel, Brank, in the short time that you've been engaged, how do you think it's impacted your ability to trade and your trading skill?
Yes. One of the major things I got from Brank was the confidence. The confidence. You know, if you are trading, because you're going to lose money and all that, you're so afraid. But the confidence in trading, the confidence, though I've not gotten there, but the confidence. And they introduced me to two, what they call it, MACD and
indicators.
Two trading indicators, MACD, RSI. For now, I'm telling you, before they introduced me, I've been hearing about MACD because I have a little background with Forex. I've been hearing about MACD, RSI. I never knew what they could do. But after they introduced me, I think it was John Farms also that introduced me to MACD and to RSI. I now understood a little what RSI could do for somebody. So at least, if not for anything, I'm going there. And I'm going to get there. Thank you very much.
Thank you again. Appreciate it. So guys, just a quick synopsis of what Brank is from my perspective. I want to learn how to trade. I know that crypto trading is very lucrative. There's no debate about that. There are people on this call that are very competent traders. One of them is this dude that's got his dog there in the bottom left-hand corner of the cam. He's a Canadian, and he's a very, very capable trader. He was before Brank existed. But, you know, when you look at somebody like Michael Wowk, why would Robert, who I'm not the trader that Michael is. I have other skills that I'd like to think are effective. But here's the overarching thing. Wouldn't it be worth it to engage in something that could increase your skill at being able to do trading, and it costs less than a cup of coffee per day? Wouldn't that be worth it? In other words, if you had the ability through learning and having a very inexpensive way to do it, wouldn't that be worth it? In other words, when you look at a lot of things out there, you have to put your capital at risk, right? You have to put your money at risk and, hope for the best. Here, you don't ever put your capital at risk. You get $100,000 to play with. To the degree that you have skill, your goal is to increase that within the time of the tournament. So if you start playing in the tournament and you have 102,000 and there's nobody that is above you, you're now placing at number one. It's as simple as that. So do you have the skills to get that done in a hurry in a tournament? If you do, then you actually earn real money. You earn credits. So a token is a ticket to get in the door. And some of the tournaments, like the one today, is free. But certain of the tournaments will be 1 token, 2 tokens, 25 tokens, 50 tokens, etc. Now, naturally, we're going to attract more skilled players as the token amount goes up and there are people playing in those tournaments. The credits and the winnings can be considerably higher, but that's not going to have the beginners in there. That's going to be the ones that are very skilled traders, and it's a stiffer level of competition in those tournaments. The beauty is when you're new, you can plug in either free or very low cost, as far as the number of tokens that requires to play. Then you have the ability over time to improve your skill. And when you improve your skill, the goal is to move laterally into a live account. Now you're trading because as Amika, to his point, he gained confidence to do that. So there's a point at which he'll be comfortable enough to do that and know that he has a much better shot at getting good results than starting out with a live account. And there's no quicker way to be punished than to not have skills and open a live account and start trading. There are many of us on this call, maybe me being the poster boy for that. I've got a lot of battle scars. So I want to avoid that kind of thing completely. So with that, I'd like to do at this point my esteemed colleagues on the call, in addition to Amika, are Michael Wowk and John Arting, better known as Farmer John. We're going to field questions from you, and if there are any questions, guys, just either the best way is to just simply type in chat what your question is, and then if it's something that requires more explanation, we'll unmute your mic so that you can interact. No problem if it's something that's more involved than just typing some basic things. But that will give you kind of a platform, or give us a platform to move forward on. I want to show you what my list of things is, and certainly if you want to add on to this, I'm delighted if you do. On the right-hand side of my screen, you'll see some of the basics. How do you register with Brank? How do you get a wallet? How do you purchase tokens? How do you register for a webinar? And then I've got a video that goes through some of those very things. In the interest of time, that will be a time saver today. I'm going to post that in the chat here so that you can watch that video on, in a relaxed environment and be able to see what it is to do all those things. It's very, very simple. But what other questions, guys, do you have for us right now before we start? Please type in the chat, if you would, what your questions are, what you hope to get out of this today, to clear up any things that you're in the weeds on.
And please don't be shy about asking questions, because everybody's going to probably have the same question. We're here to answer, here to help you guys. So don't be shy about asking, because if you don't ask, you're not going to learn. And that's what we're here for, is to help you.
And you're getting some quite experienced people with the platform and trading. They are donating their time today for your benefit. So make the best of this hour and a half that we have left. I'm a very busy guy. Mike runs his own business. I run my own business. We are here for you today. We will stay as long as needed to answer any questions that you have, but please, I beg you, ask every question. It doesn't matter how simple or complex it is, and we will do our best to answer it for you. Robert, I see most of the questions are, how you get things for free and how do they start? And so they want to know what the cost of the tokens are.
That's an easy one to knock out right off the bat.
I think we go through your preliminary, just to go through from beginning to get to a tournament, I think all the questions I've seen will be answered. So I think we can just continue at that point, and then we'll take more questions.
Sure.
Yeah, and there's guys asking about indicators. The indicators are in the charts, and we'll show you that once we get going. So there's, go ahead, Robert, and let's kick it off and go through
by all means. To answer the question on tokens are the ticket. In other words, that's some tournaments are free, like the one we're doing today. Some tournaments require a token or more than one token. A token is roughly $1.30 per token. So again,
in Ethereum.
Yeah, but it's worth the value in US dollars is about $1.30. Okay, and that's something that, you know, when you consider again the value of education, you know, if you have to play in a bunch of tournaments to get up to speed, but now you've got the skill. What we're showing you guys is a lot of companies say, here, I'll hand you a fish. What we're doing is teaching you how to fish, which is a much more valuable skill than somebody just handing you a fish. In other words, you get these skills, you can feed your family, and you can earn an income that is rivaled anywhere in the world. I don't care what country you're from. If you learn how to do, for instance, what Michael Wowk is very good at and John is very good at, I'm learning now and then. I have some good victories, but you know what I'm excited about is this platform provides a vehicle to be able to achieve that. Exactly. Yeah. So let's see what else is in the list here. To register is very simple, guys. Is everybody here registered for Brank? Before I get into a description of that, if you're already registered, there's no need to cover that.
Please type that in the chat box. If everybody who's registered, please type in the chat box.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we're getting questions about aside from Trust Wallet, what other application can I download in order to buy coins? We will cover that.
Yeah.
And far as starting, we will cover that. We understand that you are new. We were once new to this 3 months ago, and we understand your pain. It takes a little bit to get used to, but we will step you through, and you will get a look and be able to use the platform. One thing I want to say is, do not be afraid of having to play against experienced traders like Michael and myself. We will break this is broken into different categories. In other words, the new people, more experienced people, and the professionals. So please don't get the idea that, oh, I can't do this because I'm going to have to go up against somebody who's a professional. No, that's not what the platform is here for initially, is for you to learn a skill, like Robert said, that can change your family's future. So go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And guys, what I'm going to do, I've got there's the Q&A. I was looking all over for it. This is the burden of having more than one screen. Sometimes things pop up where you don't expect them. I'm going to share something via chat right now, which is this is a YouTube video on 3 wallet choices. All 3 of these are DeFi wallets. In other words, the Trust Wallet, the Atomic Wallet, which is my personal favorite, by the way, and Coinbase Wallet. Don't confuse Coinbase, the app, with Coinbase Wallet. They are different. I didn't know that until about 3 weeks ago. And I've been at crypto for 4 years. The other one that we'll explore as your skills advance a bit is something called MetaMask. But if you're going to start out and you don't have a predisposition as to which one you're going to get, you wouldn't go wrong with any of these. Again, my personal favorite is Atomic Wallet. This video will talk about that. It'll talk about how to purchase Brank tokens. And lastly, you'll see how to set up the Atomic Wallet. And one little thing when you do this, don't miss this. When you're setting up the wallet, there's a 12-word phrase. And if you're an amateur like I was when I first ran across that, and I thought, I'll do it later, don't make that mistake. Take that seriously. That's gold, guys. That's something that will really, really, you earn a lot of money. You don't want to run the risk of having, if your phone gets damaged or your computer gets damaged or stolen, you want to be able to retrieve your wallet. Those 12 words are your ability to do that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pop this into the chat on on the webinar here. So look for something. If you're new to Zoom right now, you should see orange flashing at the bottom of your screen. Click that and make sure to get that link fired up. And then the last bit of housekeeping that I wanted to do just real quick is, if you're not plugged into our groups, let me suggest that you really want to get plugged in, because this is one exposure. You'll get quite a bit out of today, but what you want to be able to do is get plugged in. And I want to invite you to our primary mechanism. And this is something that I've been a long time Telegram user. We have Telegram, we have Facebook, but Discord far and away is the best platform to use. If you're in Brank, this is the one that is going to be the most widely supported. And ultimately, you'll see we've got a lot of infrastructure already built here. I was a little resistant to it, frankly, when I first saw it, but when Daniel explained why we're using it and the horsepower of this thing, this is a big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and send that to you right now. Again, in the chat, look for your Discord invite. That will take you directly to the Brank company group. I also have a team group that once you're on there, just ping me and I can get you into that. If you're on my team, if you're not, no problem. If you want to be in our group, you can be in our group too. No worries. So let's see what we have here. So that's kind of the basics of this whole thing. When you come into Brank, this is, let me take you kind of from the beginning. Okay. I'm going to get this blown up on the screen here and I'm going to log out. Maybe. Okay. So you come into Brank, whoever invited you to take a look at Brank, you want to really make sure to get their link so that they get credit for you coming aboard, meaning that's just showing common courtesy. They thought enough of you to send you their link, think enough of them to honor that and make sure to sign up with them. Whoever brought you to the dance, you want to go home with them. It's that type of idea. So get together with whoever brought you, get their link. I am already enrolled, obviously. So I'm logging in and I then can go to my account and I see a bunch of things on the screen here. Now, if you look up here, you've got some information, but the thing that most of the time you're going to do when you're coming in to learn how to trade is you're going to go into tournaments. And so you click on tournaments right here and you see, once this refreshes, whoops, I got to get the right one. You want to click under live right here under categories. Now, here is the one that we're in today. And you see it's got 1 hour until it ends, actually a little bit more than that. So I could click on this one. And then what I see here is I see a number of people that have enrolled in this tournament. And obviously we're not actually playing yet because, well, Grow Crypto. Now that Neil, that skunk, he's out of the gate already, having placed some trades. And he's not even on the webinar. This is, guys, how basically you look at these tournaments. One of the things that you want to focus on also initially when you're new to this is this word live. What does that mean? That means that we've got a Zoom that accompanies the tournament. So just like this, you can be in the tournament and then interacting on a Zoom. Okay.
With the players.
With the players, with each other. And we'll do that here. I'm going to open it up. In the presentation part, we want to just kind of minimize the amount of audio interference because it can be very distracting, but I'm going to open it up when we actually start playing the tournament. I'm going to allow everybody to speak. It can get a little bit raucous. It can get a little bit crazy when we do that, and you'll get the idea. But here's the thing I want you guys to do today. I want you to place a trade. I want you to get into the tournament. I don't care if you're brand new. When you were riding your bike for the first time, you got on the bike, you fell off, you had to brush yourself off, scuff yourself up and get back on the bike and ride again. This is the same deal. So I want you to place trades today, even if you don't have a clue what you're doing, just to get a sense of how the thing works. There's no risk, right? You're in a free tournament. Try to pick currencies coins that are going to generate good results for you. And that's the objective. You see we have a leaderboard here. Nobody is playing aside from my friend Neil Salvino. That's who that is right there. And so this, at any rate, is how you get into a tournament. If you're not already in the tournament, you will see different buttons that basically say enroll for the tournament. Just click on that and you can get in there. So any questions on that, guys?
Okay, there's just some asking, how do we place trades? Once we get into the tournament, we will walk you through it and you will learn. So hang tough for a bit and we'll get over to the platform in a few minutes.
Yeah, let us walk you through this presentation and then we'll answer any questions. We'll let you click on the buttons and make sure that everybody gets in the tournament. The most important thing is how to do things, and we want you to place a trade. We will actually pick out a coin for everybody that has no clue what to do, and we'll watch it today, and we'll put you in the tournament.
Yeah, should we go ahead? I don't see anything that we haven't answered. At least if there is, repeat it again. If we haven't answered something, just type it in chat.
Purchase tokens.
Yeah, that actually is covered in the video that I sent, guys. In the interest of time,
all right.
Those that have not purchased tokens yet, you can watch that video. It's hyper clear about how to do that. And that's also a resource that you can give to other people that you enroll, which is the power of it. So the purchase of tokens, I mean, if I can go over that real quick, if you click buy tokens, which is in the upper right-hand corner here, you can choose different packages of tokens that you want to purchase. Let's say you want 25 tokens. You just simply come in here, and then if you've got a wallet set up, which I do in this case, I've got the MetaMask wallet set up, so it just pops up, and that would enable me to use it. I'm going to actually cancel that and go up here and turn it off so you'll see more. So you'll see what you would normally see without MetaMask. In other words, if you choose one of those other wallets that I mentioned that's in the video, like Atomic Wallet, what would you see? And it's coming back. Boy, it really wants to use MetaMask.
All right. Another thing, Robert, show them the button down in the bottom right corner for support. If they have any questions using the platform, this is your customer service link.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
This is a really dynamic platform. On the video, guys, I don't want to get in the weeds on this because we're not going to be able to spend as much time in the tournament if we do that. Hence why I sent the video. So if you're just joining us, make sure that you scroll up in the chat to look for the video on which wallet I should use, how to purchase Brank tokens, and how to set up the Atomic wallet if you don't have one. We literally walk you from the beginning of how to do this. What you'll see is an Ethernet link. That's where you would send Ethereum. That's where you would send the Ethereum to fund the purchase. And once you have done so, then you'll have the tokens and they'll show up in your account right like this over here. You see here on the left side of my screen, that's the tokens that I have. So I can play. In my case, I wanted to get the Brank Plus package, so I did. And I have lots of tokens left after the ones that I've already used. But you can purchase whatever token amount you wish. Keeping in mind, don't forget the value here. In other words, if you're learning as you can in this platform, the value of this education is enormous. Don't miss it. Because if you don't have to worry about your capital getting hurt or crushed, then you can take risks. You can try things. You can get out there and kind of get in the batting cage, so to speak, to use the baseball metaphor. You can get in and play the game and see how you do. The very best thing you might do is make some mistakes because you tend to learn from those more than the victories, actually. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Get in, get your feet wet. The water's warm. Okay. Shall we get into the mix?
Yeah, show them how to
log in.
Let's go start at the beginning and make them go through back one more time and log in.
Okay, I'm going to log in with a different account. And that account, I don't, in fact, what I could do.
You can just log out of this one and re-log back in, Robert, too.
Yeah, I could. But I'm
yeah, just log out and just show them how to log in. Just log out of this one.
So what I can do, guys, is if I wanted somebody to sign up, I can send them my link. Where is my link? Let's start there. If you're already enrolled for Brank, notice right here it says earn, and you go to dashboard, and here is your referral link right here. That's what you send to the person that is interested in joining you in Brank. Once they have that, then they're signed up with you. Okay. And that will then give you, when they engage and they purchase tokens, you get compensated. Okay. So if you're interested in building a business, which I am here, this is something I'm very active with. And the Nigerian squad that's here, I'm so tickled that you're here, because there's enormous possibilities with the level of interest that people have. So this, again, let me just stay over here. So I am going to log out and log back in. And I come back into my account. This is the first thing that I see. And joinable tournaments is the first thing that pops up. And in fact, this is the one that I want to go into. So that's what I'm going to do. But you can see down here, just kind of a quick scan of the tournaments. Here's a free tournament. Here's a tournament that requires 2 tokens. So that's $2.60 to play. Same thing here. Same thing here. Same thing here. Now, again, some of them will be 1 token. Some of them will be 2, 5, 10, 50, 100 in some cases. Just depends on what the tournament is. But this one is a free one. We're going to click in there. We're going to get in here. And now what we're going to do is, I can look down here and see the number of people that have enrolled and signed up for the tournament. There are 12 players in this tournament. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into trade now. Okay. Now we're actually getting into the trading platform. So who has some suggestions as far as coins they'd like to look at? In other words, what are we going to trade today is the first question, right?
Why don't you just look at Daniel's watch list right there in the middle. Pick out maybe that green one and just walk them through picking a coin.
Sure.
Putting it on the screen, because most of them probably have no clue. I see lots of people that have no idea what's going on here. Let's just pick out a coin like that BUSD or maybe there's another one, and just walk them through the platform.
Sure.
Yeah, Litecoin's active, Win's active, Hot's a little bit active.
Well, and to John's point, Daniel has made it really easy. When you come in, knowing nothing else, if you look at this list right here, these are some of the ones that are majors. There's a lot of movement. They're not on here accidentally. So if you don't know what you're looking for, to John's point, you can start here. Let's look at this one right here.
Just 1 second, Robert. One guy is asking, can you please tell me how to locate the login window?
Let me do that. Hang on just a minute.
Yeah.
I'll do that on the screen. Let me go to an incognito window so it doesn't have my login fouling things up. When you come to Brank, this is what you're going to see. If you go to Brank.io, you're going to see right up at the top, login. Okay. You click on login.
Login or register, either one is there.
Yeah. Register, you will need the ID of the person that referred you. So
correct.
Black, do you need
not already registered? What you're going to want to do is make sure to get together with the person that referred you and get their link. Then you can register. They get credit. They have a smile on their face. You're honoring the fact that they thought enough of you to send you their link. Okay. So then once you log in here, you're right back over where you were. You go into starting a tournament or joining a tournament. And I've got to find my Brank again. Help. There we go. So here we are. Let's take a look at this coin right here. How about this one?
That's fine.
Let's do that. Let's click on VeChain. VeChain has had a lot of movement lately. So the first thing we notice is up in the upper left-hand corner here. Here's VeChain. VeChain is a coin you can do research about and find out about. In this case, this is the pairing. This is VeChain against something called Tether. What's Tether? US. Tether is what's called a stable coin. Tether is a coin that has a direct, it's pegged to the US dollar. So when you see Tether, the value is equivalent to a US dollar. It's slightly different, but for our purposes, compared to other cryptos that go up and down and have great volatility, it doesn't. It's a stable coin. So we're looking at VeChain versus Tether. Now, a couple of things here. I've got $100,000. You see in my account down here. This is the amount of asset that I'm starting with. So I'm looking at this coin right now, and if I wanted to place a trade, which I'm going to do regardless of where it is, just to show you how that works, this would probably be. What do you guys think? I don't think this is a good entry for a long. Do you guys?
No, but just go ahead and go through the step.
Right. That's what I was going to do. So in other words, this wouldn't be a place I would normally place a trade, but I'm going to do it just because. Okay. So I'm going to say, yep, I want to buy some of that coin. So I'm going to click down here and notice right here, I've got these little bars. What's that mean? This one is equal to 25% of my account. And notice it's got $25,000 over there. So my $100,000, I'm willing to put $25,000 on this coin right now. Ready, go. I'd like you guys to do exactly the same thing right now. Okay. In other words, place a trade, get your feet wet, find out what it's like to have a trade. And notice down here, here's my coin that I just purchased. I purchased $25,000 and it's already up a little bit right now.
Robert, can you throw your link through Brank in the box there for the gentleman? Someone, because he didn't get a link, he just found it in his email, so not sure.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. Make sure, guys, when you're using my link that I'm the one that is responsible for you being here. If somebody else is, make sure to get together with them, because I don't want to have somebody feel slighted that they referred somebody and then didn't get credit for that person enrolling. So be sure. If I'm the one that invited you, I'm happy to enroll you, but make sure to double check with, if somebody else invited you, make sure to get together with them and get their link. It matters. I'm putting that in chat right now, so you can enroll with that link if I'm the one that invited you. And you'll appreciate that later on when you start inviting people and we protect you, in the same manner. We want to make sure the proper person gets credit for the person enrolling. So here we are. We've got, now I've got $75,000 approximately left. See over here, guys? And I've got $25,000. Is this like microscopic? Can you guys see this?
No.
That was a quick answer. Let me see if I can change that. I'm going to see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Is that better?
What do you think, Michael?
It's going to hit a little bit of resistance there.
No,
my question, Michael, is can you see my screen? Like when I'm pointing right here with the blue, with my mouse, can you?
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, you bet. Yeah.
Okay.
I
good.
changed my screen. I can see better now. Go ahead.
Okay,
Robert.
perfect. So, guys, you see right here, I've got 75,000 of my 100,000 left in USDT. Again, what is USDT?
It's 12 o'clock.
Tether. It's like US dollars. That's what we're trading in here. This is the currency that the trade settles in. VeChain, I've got 25% of my account right now, which went up a little bit, 2.23%. So let's see now. Let's see. I'm gonna open up this tab over here, and I'm gonna go into this tournament because I want to see now where I am and where everybody else is in the tournament that is playing. So now, this is how you do that. You come down here, and you can see look at that. The right guy is in number one. I like that. So. And with just 25% of my account, come on, guys, you got to get in the game here. Robert Ross, Delroy Maynard, Michael Wowk, Patrick Awo, Emmanuel Chinedu Idenyi. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the names, guys.
We need to get Emeka to get these guys.
Yeah, we'll walk them through it again. We'll walk them through again.
Just
go back. Everybody.
Idris, Baba Idris, Joshua Oyabamaji, Ice Prince, Chucks, Crypto Income, Jules. I know this guy knows how to trade. Carolyn Wanjala, Bruno Gama, and Emeka. Get in the game. Place a trade.
We're going to start the game now. Everybody follow Robert's lead.
Okay. So we're going to pick another coin, guys, to trade for a minute here. This time, I like Daniel's list, but I'm gonna choose something else. I'm going to show you how you do that. This is actually a trade I'm in, or this is a coin I'm in real life. So what I want to do, I want to see. I'm not even sure this coin is on Binance. Is Wink on Binance? Win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Tell them that's your search box there.
Yes, I'm getting there.
All right.
So we have the ones. If you don't know, which one you want to choose, you can look at this list that Daniel puts up here. This was the one I chose before, but now I want to go look for something in particular. So how do I do that? I go in the upper right hand corner right here, and I type in enough of the coin name that I'm going to get it. Okay. And in this case, the symbol is WIN, WIN. Okay. So if I look right here, I can see here is WIN, right? And I believe that is the correct one. Let's take a peek. There it is. Wink Tetherus. The symbol, though, is WIN. And notice it's on the Binance exchange. This is the WIN coin against Tether, meaning USDT. So this is WIN against the value of a US dollar. That's the pairing. Now, so far so good, guys. Any questions on what I just did?
Yeah, we have to go back a little bit. We had someone struggling after they clicked on the tournaments. They need to know how to get into the tournament.
Okay. Trying to think of the best way to do that.
You can refresh the screen and then go to trade.
No, it's not trade. It's they have to get into the tournament and choose it. Let's see. Let me think here. If I am logging in, the person that asked that question, Refilwe, are you logged into Brank? Did you already sign up and you're logged into Brank?
Could you get on your microphone, possibly?
Yeah. Open the microphones up for the guys.
Right. There we go.
Because I'm sure that's not the only person that has some questions.
Yeah. Refilwe, you can now unmute if you want to talk. And anybody else that would like to, just raise your hand and I will enable you to let's see here. So Kari, you're good to go now?
Yes. I thought I registered before the webinar, but I don't see my name on the list of contestants.
Okay, we're gonna answer that one in just a second here.
Thank you.
Refilwe, did you register is the first question?
Yes, I have registered.
Okay.
I've logged in.
Okay.
After clicking tournament, I don't know. I chose that one that said something about Africa. Then where do I go from?
Here's what we're going to do. On the left-hand side is a different login that I have. And what I'm going to do, because this particular account has not entered the tournament yet. The one on the right, I'm in the tournament, but now I've got a separate login on the left-hand side here. So this is exactly where you are. You're looking at these tournaments, right?
Which one is there?
I'm going to make this screen the big one.
Yes.
This is what you're looking at, right?
Yes.
So what I do then is I click on the one I want to go into, and notice at this point I've got a big green button right here that says join for free.
Yes.
Okay.
You see that? All I got to do to join this tournament. So I'm logged in. I've already gotten that out of the way. I just go join for free. And now I'm going into that tournament.
Okay.
Let's see if this is going to behave here. There we go. Now I'm in. Now notice that the buttons change. I've got trade now and leaderboard. That means I'm in the tournament. I'm now a player in the tournament. And see down here at the bottom, that's this login that I'm in with right now. And notice this guy, this login has not done any trades. So let's change that. I'm going to come in now with this login, and I'm going to say trade now.
Okay.
When I click on that, that will enable me then to actually place a trade. And I think what I'm going to do is go back and look at that same coin that I was just looking at. Let's see if that's going to behave. Oops. There it is. And voila. And I'm going to, because this is again a different login, so I've got my $100,000 right here. I'm going to place 50% on the win coin here. I think this is a winner. I'm waiting for it to drop down a little bit here. See how it's a green candle, and the red candle, when it drops down, I get a better entry. So, okay, I'm going to do it. Boom. I just bought $50,000 worth of the win token. You see here? $50,000. I have $50,000 left in my overall account. And now we'll see if that was a good, and notice down here, it kind of gives you another little, on your dashboard, it gives you an indication that this one is a good buy right now. So let's see what it looks like on the 5-minute chart. Now, for those of you that are completely new to trading, this chart that you're staring at, these are called candlesticks. Green candlesticks when it's going up, red candlesticks when it's going down. Okay. Each of these candlesticks in this case is a 5-minute candlestick, meaning it's the movement of the currency during a 5-minute period. If I wanted to look at it over a longer period of time, I could choose that right here. I could say, okay, let me look at the 4-hour chart. How does that look? Each one of these candles now represents 4 hours. So that's a lot more data in each of the candles than a 5-minute one. In other words, when you see a green candle here over 4 hours, but you start to look at these different time frames, and you can get a picture. A lot of people like to look at, for this type of momentum trading, meaning you're trading during a 1-hour period. You're not necessarily going to go zoom out to look at a day chart or an hour chart. You want to look at probably something 15 minutes or less to be able to momentum trade. Michael and John, do you have any input that you could give on what you like to do as far as looking at time frames on charts?
A lot of times the guy just looks at the 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart when you're trading. The 1-minute chart, too much movement. But basically the 5-minute chart and 15-minute chart is probably your best chart to look at.
I totally agree. Just stick with the 5 and the 15 as a beginner.
So here, guys, we're looking, you see right here, to their point, you see in blue, this is the 15-minute chart. And you can also see that right here. You see the number 15 to the right of Tether US and to the left of Binance, indicating this is a 15-minute chart. Now I'm going to go to the 5-minute chart right here. Click. Now I'm on the 5-minute chart. Again, you see it right here in blue, and you see it in between Tether US and Binance, the 5 right there. That's a 5-minute chart. So now this entry that I made so far, not so good, but we can now hunt for some other currencies and look around and see what we can find. But what
Robert, Phantom is doing well. Phantom.
Sorry?
Phantom coin.
Phantom?
Yes.
Could you type the symbol in the chat?
Just 1 second.
And while we're waiting for that, Patrick, I'm going to unmute you. Olusola, I'm going to unmute you. You can now And guys, when you are unmuted, keep in mind that we can hear everything in the background. So if you have background noise, please be respectful and mute yourself after your question is done, because it gets very disruptive if we have a lot of noise from the background.
Yeah, Solari has not got her name on the leaderboard, so she has not gotten registered, where the join for free part would be.
Uh-huh.
Rafili is in, but not the other young lady.
Okay. So Sakari, have you registered for Brank yet? Have you created an account on Brank? And feel free to come on mic if you prefer. You now can unmute yourself and fire away.
It's a lot easier, folks, if you can unmute and talk. It's a lot easier for us. It's quicker.
Okay, I don't know if I can go ahead with my question.
Please.
Okay, I don't know, can everybody hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, this is Patrick. Actually, I can see the platform and the candlesticks, and the way you've been placing the trades and all that. I have a little background on Forex, and I know when I place trades, I'm usually advised to place a stop loss, and a take profits, as it were. But I don't know if that applies in this area, because I can't really see that.
It does, but what we have on the platform here, we don't get into that because this is all about the basics. In other words, setting stop limits and stop losses and some other things are something that's very important. But here it's learning about what's a good entry, what's a good exit. You're playing in the moment, so you are the stop loss. In other words, you watch when your
okay.
currency is going up or down to your liking, and then act accordingly. But to your point, definitely those are important, but that's a more advanced skill. And in the interest of keeping things really basic, Daniel chose not to put that in here yet.
And Patrick also is basically spot buying and spot selling. So this is how Brank works. You spot buy. You got a profit, you can sell it right away. You can sell your whole balance. So that way, this makes people understand the movements of the candlesticks, kind of the algorithm, how it moves. So Brank is basically spot buy, spot sell. There's no orders that you can put in there to accommodate where you want to buy it at. You basically look at the charts. You can spot buy it. It goes up, you can sell it. And we've all gone the other direction too.
Okay. And also, how can we get the currency pairs? Because you've used like two different currency pairs, like Wink, Theta,
Patrick, in the search box there, right above where you go to buy and sell, there's a search box in there. So where it says search for coins, you can type in the coin, and it'll come up, and you can click on it.
Okay.
Let me give you an additional resource, guys, that if you don't or are unfamiliar with this is a tool that you definitely want to put in your toolbox. This is a site called CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is the great, it tells you everything you want to know about every crypto that's out there. There are more than 4,000 of them. So knowing nothing else, if you come into CoinMarketCap, you see the price of the coin right here. Here's the 800-pound gorilla. Here's Bitcoin, and it is number one. It has a market cap of 1.143 trillion. So you multiply the price times the circulating supply, you get the market cap. Why is this site useful? Because you can do things like this. Check this out. You can say, what's the hottest coin in the last 24 hours? Click. Apparently it was Nano, followed by Sia Coin, followed by Phantom. And this was to Emika's point earlier. This is the symbol. Now, you see how easy it is to find things here. I don't want to get into a huge amount of detail here, but if we wanted to look at Phantom, just as an example, real quick, we could find out an overview of the basic idea of the chart. It looks like there's been some pretty recent, crazy movement. Maybe that's over the last well, might be 3 months. Over the last 3 months, it's gone from down near zero to quite a bit of movement. We can find out where this coin is traded by clicking on market. Here are all of the exchanges that this particular token is traded on and the pairs that it's traded on. So here's the Phantom token against USDT. Remember? And this will be on the test, guys. USDT, that's Tether, right? That's how we're settling on Brank. So you can see this one would apparently be on the Binance platform. So we can go look for this bad boy, which we're going to do here in just a minute. But you see, CoinMarketCap gives you a wealth of information about these different tokens. If you're interested in fundamentals, you can come down here and find out about the project. You can get some information about it. You can go over and poke around on their site. So coinmarketcap.com. I'm going to type that in the chat right now.
I'm working on that.
I'm going to beat you to it.
Okay, go for
it.
Yeah,
Robert, and Robert, show them on the platform where they can search for the coins, because that's what he was kind of asking. So
right. But this was the point of knowing which coin to search for.
Yeah. Well, he was asking what to search for coins on the platform, I think, basically. But irregardless, show him the search box there.
I will. So this again, guys, is the coin name. And this was Amika's point earlier. Amika, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the one you were talking about, was it not?
Yes.
Correct. That's the one I'm talking about. And it's actually moving very fast.
Okay. So guys, you see, here's the name of the coin, Phantom, Phantom, but over here to the right is the symbol. So if you don't know the symbol, go right here on CoinMarketCap and you can find the coin. Then you come back into Brank, to Michael's point. And now I'm up here in the upper right-hand corner. Now we're armed with what we know is the symbol. We type FTM and M, and look at what pops up. There it is. So I go click, and I'm going to get into some of this just because I want to show you this again. So I've found the coin that I want. I've verified that up here. I see that this is Phantom against Tether. Tether is the stable coin.
Also show them how to make that part of their watch list by clicking the top left corner.
Good point.
Favorites.
Good catch.
And it stays in your box.
See right here, guys, what John just mentioned is if this is a coin you want to keep an eye on in the future, click right up here, and then it will show up in your watch list here. Okay? So you can...
No, I don't think it shows up
No,
there.
it doesn't.
It shows up only in the top right box.
Top right box.
Okay.
That's
when you go to search it, that box populates.
The box in the center is for Daniel's coins only.
I see. So that's not a feature I use, obviously. So if I type FTM, where is it going to show up, Phyllis? Because you're teaching me something.
It'll show up. So when you save it and you click on your to go to search for a coin, it'll bring that drop box down. Same place you search for it.
Just click on watch list right there where you're right there. Just click on that. It should be right there.
No, just EOS was there.
Well, it might have to be refreshed.
There it is. There it is. It just needed to refresh.
Yeah.
Right here, guys, to their point.
You can save your top 5 or top 10 favorite coins by doing that checking that little green star or white star, changing it to green in the upper left corner of the screen over there. And then you'll always have it in this watch list on the right side.
Yeah, which makes it really easy to get to stuff. You don't even have to search. Boom, I'm right back over there. And here we are with Phantom. So now we found the coin that we want to play around with. I am, again, I'm not as concerned today with, whether I'm profitable or not. That's tune into these tournaments, and you'll get a sense of that when we're actually doing playing. This is about getting you guys up to speed on how to do this. So I'm going to enter a trade again. So the first question I've got is how much money out of my 100 grand do I have left? I have 49,000 and change. I've got 50,000 of it in win, which is going the wrong direction. Notice the red color and my minus 0.65%. But I'm going to go ahead and buy 25% of Phantom because Amika is hot on this coin. So I'm going to follow his lead and buy. Boom. And now I've got, notice down here, I've got FTM and I've got win in my portfolio down here. Okay.
Show them the where it shows the trade was actually purchased on the left-hand side, your trade history box on the left.
Thank you. Thank you. Over here, guys, is what John was just talking about. And you see here, now, and this is now the total cost and the quantity. And if I buy another one of these, is this the average right here of those purchases now? I know that.
No, you'll get a new buy. The only place it averages is over here under the asset column where your
right
FTM
here
is. Yep. There's your average right there.
Okay. Let's take a quick pause and see where people are at. Let's also see where the leaderboard is and who has successfully placed a trade and who still needs to place a trade. That sounds like somebody working.
Well, we have one gentleman there that he must have been late. He's trying to figure out how to place a trade. Alusa is his name.
Smart, yeah. And he's got a noisy microphone.
Somebody has a lot of noise coming in from the background. If you'd be so kind to mute when that is going on, that would be great. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's go into this. I'm gonna have a separate tab that I can call up. And our friend from Nigeria. You're a bad man, Amika Joseph. He's been quiet and he's been making money. He's up 1% so far. So Amika is now our leader, followed by Delroy Maynard, followed by Patrick. I still can't pronounce your name properly, Patrick. You need to help me with that. My Nigerian is admittedly weak.
I said when you make an exclamation, oh, like, oh, then you just put AW in front of it. Awo. Yeah, Awo. Yeah.
Okay.
Like yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
My pleasure.
Amika, do you know some of the people that are on it? Did you invite them through your link? Some of the people that are on here?
No. I am Robert invited almost everybody here.
Okay. Just want to know. Yeah.
So guys, this is, and you see, this is dynamic. Some of us are still underwater. I'm a little bit, I'm pulling up 6th place, but I'm going to catch this Canadian right here if I can.
Oh, that's great.
Where's John? John's got to be in this list here somewhere. I don't see him. Wait, there Farmers Crypto Market. I think that's probably a clue. He hasn't placed a trade yet, so we got to get this John Arding in the hunt. But guys, this is kind of fun, right? You can see exactly, and you get these contests where you have people that are just literally, the difference between first and second might be $100. I mean, sometimes it's just a crazy close distance, and then all of a sudden somebody will come roaring out of the pack because they chose a coin that was a really good one and it had really crazy movement in the right direction, and voila, they take the lead. Right now, Amika's got a pretty solid lead. Oops, look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy from Detroit in 2nd place, just like that. I mean, there you go. He was,
I just came on board about 2 minutes ago.
Okay. So let's go. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. Let's go back to our, regular trading platform. I've got to get in the hunt and see. I've got $37,000 left to trade over here. How can I get something more? What, any suggestions as far as coins to look at, guys?
Man, I'm kind of floating around here and lots of them are coming down. Bitcoin must be coming down. Sure it is. That's why. Bitcoin does affect the markets, guys. When it's pulling back, a lot of these coins will drop. So you got to kind of look at the coins, search them a bit.
That's one of Farmer John's number one rules is you always know what Bitcoin is doing. Is Bitcoin in an uptrend? Is Bitcoin in a downtrend? Or is Bitcoin going sideways? Because almost all coins follow the direction of Bitcoin. So that's something you always want to, before you place a trade, is you want to look at the Bitcoin and see, is it in an uptrend? Is it in a downtrend? Or is it pretty much just stationary or going sideways, because that will completely change your strategy and when you enter a trade in any alternate coin.
Very
Hey,
much.
John, there was a question earlier on that somebody wanted to know about the indicators. Are they free? I want that Robert could bring it up there just to show them what the indicators where they're at. Yeah, because they were asking.
I will do that.
Just so we don't forget about it.
To John's point on Bitcoin right here, guys, you see it is, of course, number one, and it did drop, not a huge amount, but 0.5% over the last 24 hours. And this is kind of like the tide. All boats rise or fall with the tide. Bitcoin is the tide. If you want to know how much it's the tide, you go right up here to dominance, and you see that of the overall crypto market, Bitcoin is 51.4%. It's an enormous number of the overall market. That's Bitcoin dominance. Okay. So now back to Michael's point here. And let's see here. If I want to put in, John, walk me through this if you would, because I am newish on this as well, and I'm needing some assistance. So I'll be learning this at the same time.
I need a share screen.
Okay. I will kill my share, and it's off to you. You should be able to share now.
Okay, and I got to find my... I guess that was me. Just hang on. I made a boo-boo.
No worries. In the meantime, Patrick, did you get your question answered? If so, I'm going to lower your hand.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
Mr. Awo.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it right.
Yeah. You're trying. Yeah, you got the question correctly.
Okay. And Ulusola, did you get your question answered?
I think he didn't get in quick enough and get all registered in. Or that might have been another gentleman.
Ulasola Martins, White Courtesy Telephone. Did you get your question answered? You're able to unmute. If you'd like to unmute, I'd love to know if you're good. If you're good, then I'll lower your hand so we won't think you're asking a question still. And anybody else?
Yeah.
Oh, it's noisy.
Yeah, very noisy.
Yeah, have to mute him.
Ulasola, you're going to need to either break away where it can be quieter, or we'll have to mute you because it's just too noisy.
All right.
Yeah, just mute him, Rob. We can't hear nothing.
Sorry about that, but you need to be in a place where it's less noisy. Okay. Anybody else that has a question, please raise your hand. Stanley Izioka, welcome. Here's a fellow that's been involved for a little while. Stanley, how are you? I'm going to hang on a minute here. Callistus, yes, please, come on down. Black Lazarus, come on down. Let's have Callistus. He raised his hand first. Callistus, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My name is Callistus. Yeah, my name is Callistus from Nigeria. My first question is, what is the effect of the red candle and the blue candle on trading? What is the effect of the red candle and the blue candle on the trading?
The red candle represents when the value, in this case, you see that John is looking at VeChain in the upper left-hand corner versus Tether US. What does that mean? A red candle means VeChain is going down at the same time the US dollar is going, or in this case, Tether is going up. It's always the inverse. The first part of the pair is if it's green, that part of the pair is going up and the other part's going down. If in this case it's a red candle, the first part of the pair, VeChain, is going down in value and the US dollar is going up, or Tether. I call it US dollar, but it's Tether is going up. So that's when you look at what's going on right now with where John is, and you see that there's a little tiny green candle there. That means that it's now going up in value. VeChain is going up.
Is going higher than its opening price. The candle starts with an opening price. If you look up here, you'll see, you can't see my first thing, but this is the opening price. This is the high for this candle, which is a 5-minute candle. This value here above my cursor is the low for that candle. And then when that candle closes, this will be the final value for that coin, for that candle. So the next one will come out, will start over. You'll have an open, and it'll trade low and high, and then it will close. So because this candle, this green one here, opened down here towards the bottom, and now it's going up, this is a positive value. This is a green candle, representative meaning positive. Like Robert said, the two previous to this opened high and went lower. That's down. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
I have another question.
Go ahead. Go ahead with your question.
You want to buy a position.
He's cutting out.
Yeah, Callistus, it sounds like you've got some network issues.
All right, let's.
If somebody wants to buy a position, what will help the person?
Callistus, we're getting bits and pieces.
I think he's asking about buying a position.
Network problem. I say, what will guide someone that want to buy? Yes.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of lag also. We need to be mindful of that, kind of the walkie-talkie thing.
He's asking a question on if somebody wants to place a buy trade, what would guide the person to place a buy trade?
That's hold that thought, because I know that John can talk about that very effectively, but just to kind of stay in order here, we were gonna show people indicators, which is why we had John share his chart. So maybe, John, if you could incorporate that question of why, and this maybe ties into showing the indicators and then how somebody would use them to make an entry point decision, meaning where am I going to enter a trade? Because I think that's the question, is it not, Amika?
Question. It is.
Okay.
Okay. There are certain indicators that you can use with these candles to give you a feel for the trend of the market, or the basically the trend of the market. And what we will use is this up here is called indicators. And if you click on indicators, everybody do that. Go up there to the top and click on that. I'll do it again. Click on where it says FX indicators. Click on that box, everybody, right now. Okay, we're gonna in this search box, we're gonna put in an indicator, and then we'll explain the indicator and why we use it, especially for a beginner in trading. We're gonna put in MACD. Everybody do that. Put in MACD. Now take your little cursor and click right here where it's blue and just click on that. Again, type in MACD up here, and then we're going to click down here where this blue is, this blue MACD. Has everybody done that? Okay, go up here and get rid of this X just to clear the screen. What we did here is we created an indicator. It's called MACD. It stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence. Don't worry about the fancy terminology. Here is what we did, is we have a blue line here. And it goes up and it goes down, and it goes up and it goes down. What that blue line represents is the average of the last 12 candles. For example, let's go right here. Here you have a spot where it turned green and it just kept going up and up and up and up and up. Now come down here, look at the blue line. The blue line kept going up and up and up because the average of these 12, the average of the past 12 candles was positive. It kept going up and up and up. So that makes this average go up. Okay. Now, the red line is the same thing, only it goes over the last 26 candles. And it doesn't matter what time frame you're in, it always averages the last 26 candles. Now, what we're trying to do here is just show the trend of the market of this coin. I mean, you can see here without the MACD, this was in a downtrend. And that's what this blue line shows me, this continuing to go down. But at this point right here, you see where the trend actually changed. This is an area where you want to enter into a trade. Here you'll see where the green candles quit going up and they go red to go back down. What did the MACD show us? It showed that the average said it's not going up anymore. It flattened out. And now it went down. This is an area where we want to get out of a trade or reduce the amount of the trade. In other words, let's say that Robert had $50,000 in right here. Maybe he wants to take $40,000 of that profit out and hold the other $10,000 just in case the trade kept going up. The MACD is not giving us that indication. It's kind of giving us the indication that it's probably going to go back down. But that's called risk management. This MACD system is part of your risk management and strategy in trading coins. You wanna enter a trade as the candles stop going down. And when this MACD crosses, this is a good place to enter trade, especially for new people. So this was an excellent place to start. I actually entered this trade right about there. Not because, and I hadn't even looked at the MACD, I just wanted to get in the game. So is there any questions about the MACD before we go any farther? How did I create it? What maybe it's used for? Any questions? Let's address those.
Yeah,
right
I have a question, please.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, this is Patrick once again.
Yes.
And my question is now, MACD, these lines now, is it when the blue line, like the conditions you've given to us, is when a line crosses the other facing down? If I got you clearly, facing down, it means the market is about, to take a sell, turn. While if it crosses each other facing up, it's about to take a buy turn. So it's advisable to take a buy position. So I want to understand, what line crosses which? Is it when the blue line crosses the red line, or when the red line crosses the blue line, facing up or down, to determine if you're taking a buy or a sell position? That's my question.
Well, if I understand your question, it's when the blue line is crossing the red line is when you take the signal. Because
Okay.
the blue line is approximately half the candles that the red line is. It's like
Okay.
a quicker following of the candles.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, that's it. That's what I want to find out. So when the blue line crosses.
Another way of saying that is when the blue line goes above the red line, that's when you might be thinking about looking at a buy. When the blue line crosses below the red line, that's when you might be thinking about a sell. And to John's point, you see, can you move the just to the left a little bit where the blue just went above the red for the first time on that? Yeah, down there. See right there? That's probably a time to be thinking about a buy. Right? Because blue crossed over red, and look at what followed there. You had a real nice little run up. right?
Yeah, blue crossed over red facing up.
Yeah. Now, the other scenario is when you get to the top, see over there, it flattened out, and then look at what it's kind of in a mixed bag after that. In other words, blue crossed below red, but then it bounced back up again. So it's not as decisive a move as the previous one when it was clear and it just went right up. Yeah. This is some of the challenge of trading. Sometimes you have to, so when you're in here and you listen to people that are good at it, they can help with the interpretation of this stuff. But this is the value, what you just got, make no mistake, these are pearls, guys. This, was this worth $1.30 if you paid $1.30 for a tournament or $2.60? I submit all day long. This is really valuable, and I'm very appreciative of Michael and John being here because they're doing this for free. They didn't, they don't get any compensation from this. So thank you, fellas.
No problem. Let me say this. This indicator here is basically a trailing indicator. Let me say that again, is a trailing indicator. So if you were to get in this trade, let's say down in this area, yes, this indicator doesn't say exactly, yes, it's a great trade yet. It is a trailing indicator because it has to take the average of the last 12 in the case of the blue line, or in the case of the red line here, it takes the average of the last 26 candles. It is a trailing indicator. It helps you understand that you made a good purchase or a good entry point, or you made a good exit point. Okay, we'll go one more step. I'm going to give you another indicator that is more to the time frame that we are in right now. So let's go. Everybody,
John, before you do, I just want to catch a couple up here that have had their hand in the air for some time, and I want to make sure we don't get too far ahead. Black Lazarus, you're up. What was your question? I've muted you, but you can unmute. You're able to do that.
All right, Black Lazarus here. With the house. I am keen on wanting to enter into trade, and I don't know what to do right now. I'm really, really moved, and I really want to be answered. That's all. Thank you.
I'm not clear on your question. I'm sorry.
All right. Against my name, is 0, no trade. I am wanting to change that thing there.
He wants to place a trade.
Yes, I want to enter into trade. What do I do?
Are you on a computer?
I am on my phone.
You're on your phone. Okay.
Yeah.
John, do you want to do that, or do you want me to do that?
I do not have my phone here.
No. To place a trade.
Oh, well, we can do that. I'll add to my trade. Let me get rid of this box for a second. Okay, Black. I want to get rid of this screen. Hang on. Okay, now you can see my screen better. Okay, so right here, this is not a trade I would love to take right now, but for your benefit, we're going to make another trade. So you have not made any trades.
At all.
Do you know how to go up here and search in the search box and get your coin?
Where, sir? Trying to see what you do.
Let's go in here and pick a new coin. We're gonna I already have this in here, but we're gonna go and search for, and sometimes I have trouble with this. It doesn't want to search for it. Mine doesn't always do that, and I don't like this part of it. All right, we're gonna go and select a new coin. I already have this in my watch list. We're gonna go to dot. It's polka dot, but the symbol for it is DOT.
I know that.
Okay, you see that right now it's in a downtrend. Let me real quick throw the indicator up here because we just talked about it, so everybody can follow. you can see that the blue line has crossed over or crossed under the red line, so it's in a downtrend. All right, we're going to purchase some polka dot here, or dot. You go over here to this, you go over here, make sure this is on buy. You have a buy button, and when you want to sell, you touch the red or the sell and it will turn to red. So we're going to go back to buy. This button will be blue. This is where you'll end up buying it. But first we have to get an amount in here. So you click on the amount button so this cursor flashes first. Then you can go on one of these bars just right there, and I bought 25% of $75,000, what I still have in my cash account. Do you understand that?
I do know how to apportion values and that, but I'm trying to ask, how do I get credited so that I can use that credit to now make these purchases?
I don't understand his question, Robert.
Mr. Bonds.
Are you enrolled with Brank?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is your question about how does he find, how did it, how, go ahead.
I am the 55th person on Brank. You understand? It's there. And I'm trying to make sure I have what Emeka Joseph has so that I can use that to trade. Because I don't know where it is located, so I could use that to trade. And
I just think, now listen, I just think, sorry, Robert, let me just come in. I just think you count one before counting two. You know, like I told you, I got into Brank. I learned first. But once you're new into Brank, you're given one token, just one token. And that the one token I used was the first token I used to enter into a tournament, which by the grace of God, I succeeded in getting some credits. Then I now had to purchase my own token. So I think the best thing you need to do is, we have some free tournaments. I mean, some free tournaments there. Why not get yourself acquainted first? Know what you're doing. Know where you're supposed to place your trade, where you enter, just like what they are teaching us today. Why not get that one done first? Then step by step, you know how to now, at least they taught us even how to purchase the token today. Yes. But why not use that your one token, place a tournament, there are tournaments for one token. If you go through that, if you succeed, you still continue with other tokens. I don't know if you understand me.
I get it. It's clear now.
Okay.
Thank you, Mick.
Right, thank
you. Okay, and Black Lazarus, did that answer your question?
It did, sir. It did.
Perfect. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and mute you again. You can unmute. If you do have additional questions, don't be shy. We like that. And
hello,
next,
can you hear me?
Next up, yes, we can. You were. How do you pronounce your name?
Franklin Chibuzo.
Franklin. Okay, you're up.
Yeah. I've seen what people are doing online. What people are doing here. I want to ask, how can I enter a trade, and how can I exit a trade when I'm making profit?
Okay. Well, what did you follow John along on the trade that he was just entering that we were in the midst of?
I just came in right now because I was having difficult time to sign up.
Okay.
Let John do that one more time, John.
Yeah. Could you back up and just do that whole thing again? And that way for, it was Franklin?
Franklin?
Yeah, Franklin.
Okay. Yeah. For Franklin's benefit, that would be great.
Yeah, thank you.
I think we just lost John. There he is. He's back.
He's back. John's back.
John, you're muted and we lost your share.
Am I back now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we lost your share. You need to share again.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to do that now. Hang on. Okay, I'm coming. I must have had a blip. I had a blip in my. I think I had a blip in my internet connection. Oh,
he's gone again.
I'm going to go ahead and take the reins here for a minute. I'll let me show you this on my end, guys. John may be having a challenge with his internet. Franklin, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Here, it doesn't really matter the currency pair that I'm on. This one will work as well as any other. For the purposes of the mechanics, the first thing you check is how much do I have in my cash account right now? And you see here, I've got $37,467 left that's not in trades right now. These two red ones here, and unfortunately that color red, I wish it was green, but I've already got that money tied up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose half of this amount, $37,000, to place in a buy trade for Phantom. How do I do that? I just click on this second bar right here. Notice it put in 18,754 of my 37, and I click buy, and voila, that's it. I am in the trade. I think, let's see, did it refresh? Well, it says on the left I did, and it doesn't show down here. Maybe I need to hit refresh. Let's see. Well, for some reason, it's not showing down here.
Sometimes why it doesn't show, Robert, is because sometimes it's in between a trade on an even or odd number and it won't buy. So sometimes you got to do it twice.
No, it did buy because the cash balance has been reduced from 36 down to 8.
Oh, okay.
It does show over here on the left-hand side here. So here's the trade I just placed, guys, right there. But Franklin, that is how you place a buy trade. We also had a question earlier, and Franklin, if you could unmute or mute in between, we're picking up a lot of background noise. Just mute, and when you want to talk, just unmute.
Okay.
That would be helpful because it's somehow it's very there. That's much better. So now, if I want to sell, let's say that I'm tired of this win here. It's a loser. I click right here on win, and I want to enter a sell trade because we had that question come in. How do you do a sell trade? Well, what I can do is I can click right up here where it says sell, and I can put in the amount I want to sell. Let's say I want to sell 50% of my position. Okay. Keeping in mind, I have $48,000 in this position here. So if I change my mind, I want 3/4 of my position gone. You see these bars equal 25% each. So if I click the third one and I go sell, boom, I'm out of 3/4 of my win position just that fast. And see it drop down to 12,250, and my cash position just went back up again, my USDT. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I understand.
Okay. Did that answer your question?
It did, sir. But there's one more question.
Please.
I saw this technical analysis for Win USDT. Then below it, I saw 1 minute charts, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Is it an indicator? Hello?
Can you say that a different way?
What I mean is that I saw a circle with some stuff moving under it. Then above it, I saw 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes time frame. Is that an indicator?
No, those are just different time frames of the chart. And you see up here, you can choose right here this little arrow. You see where I am up here?
Robert, yeah. Sorry, you didn't get what he said. If you go down to the right of the platform,
technical analysis.
Down. That is what he's asking after.
Okay, sure. If you look at these, you can choose the different time frames down here, and it will give you kind of dashboard of whether it's time to buy or sell based on the algorithm behind this thing. And as you can see, this one would be not a good time to buy right now, according to this. And you can choose the different time frames that are here. Did that answer your question?
There's one more question, sir.
Okay.
Which of the indicator is the best for me to use? Like, for example,
on the indicators, again, the MACD, what John showed there, you type in MACD there, and your MACD is probably your best indicator with the RSI in there too, right? So the MACD, if you open that indicator box up, type in MACD, M-A-C-D, then click on it, it'll come up at the bottom of your screen.
How about Fibonacci or Bollinger Band?
Those are things that we would like to get into, but that's more of, these are much more advanced concepts, and they're good questions, but that's a different tournament, a different day. In other words, yes, they're here, but in the interest of, we've got people that are brand new to crypto. In other words, just got their wallet 10 minutes ago. So we want to keep it pretty basic here, but know that, yes, we're very interested in going into some of the more advanced things. John was about to go into something that, and John, do you want me to flip back to you and you can do your screen share again?
Just go ahead and do an RS. Just go to indicators and do RSI.
RSI.
Yeah.
So what that stands for, guys, is relative strength index. And Franklin, I'm going to mute you because
He's got to mute him. Yeah, his phone is terrible.
Yeah. Franklin, I'm going to mute you. Your phone or something is very noisy there, so it was disruptive. You can unmute when you want to talk again.
Okay.
You see here. Okay, but mute in between. I've muted you again because the minute you unmute, it gets very noisy. So just when you want to ask a question again, feel free. But in the meantime, it's better just to not have it on.
Yeah, Franklin, don't unmute yourself until Robert's done and John's done. Then you can ask the question because you got lots of background noise. Thank you.
Relative strength index, RSI. John, direct me, and I will move the mouse accordingly.
Well, what the relative strength index does, it gives kind of an indication of what the position of the coin is in as far as how many people are buying the coin and how many people are actually selling the coin. In other words, I guess that's not the way I should have really said it. When it's at the bottom of the blue area there, it'll be like 30. Don't think about it as a price or a percentage. It's just an indication that once at the bottom of 30 means that most everybody has sold that coin, and that's at the end of a set of red candles. So that's a good place to purchase a coin. Now, when it goes up, go back a ways, Robert, where the net big spike was right there. Go up to that.
So right here, guys, what John is talking about, this is at about 50%, which is kind of neutral. It's maybe an equal amount of buyers and sellers, but look at what happened as this goes up right here, and you see that graph go up. Notice that over to the right, it says 78.63%. That would be an indication we may be approaching overbought, meaning there's way more buyers and the buyers are maybe going to run out of steam. And sure enough, look at what happened. Right?
And this indicator is more current. So you use the two together. The RSI kind of gives you a feel for what the current buyer and sellers are doing. And the MACD is kind of a confirmation over a period of time what's going on. So these two pieces together are your best indicators for a new person starting out.
And guys, we may have ended the tournament as far as the official end. I'm not sure. No, let's see. It says 29 minutes still. That's good. Nope, tournament ended. So
Yeah.
let's review this now as to where things are. And this is our leaderboard. John was number 1. Michael Wowk was number 2. Emeka Joseph was number 3. Delroy Maynard, number 4. Johannes Pretorius, number 5. Yours truly in number 6. Chibazor Franklin in 7. Patrick Awo in 8th. Time Freedom Team in 9, and Grow Crypto in 10. Now, some other things that are kind of cool here. Look at right here. You see that these are all the coins that were traded during this tournament. So, it's kind of fun to look at these, and these are ones that, we didn't necessarily, I didn't trade these. John didn't trade these except for VET. I think we both traded that one. I definitely didn't trade BTT, I don't think, or this is Tron. This is Bitcoin Cash. That's Bitcoin. I don't even know what that one is. Hot. When we traded, I traded that one. But you get the idea. This is the whole inventory of coins that were traded by different people in the tournament here. So you get a sense of, there's quite a bit of different coins being traded. And maybe, Emeka, if you wouldn't mind coming on and you could share with us what you did, what coins you were trading of these ones up here. And Emeka is like, a little over 2 weeks old, and he placed 3rd in this tournament. That's pretty good, right? These other 2 old guys, they're old hands at this, so I'd expect them to place high. But here's a guy that is brand new, really. Emeka, can you share with us what you were up to?
Yes, thank you very much. I traded Phantom, just like I told you. Phantom was actually doing well. When I used both the MACD and the RSI, immediately, just like John was saying, immediately the MACD, the RSI, the MACD crossed. I bought into it. So I made some wonderful trades with Phantom. I also traded BTT. BTT is BitTorrent. I traded BTT.
Oh, yeah. Yes. A lot of velocity on that one recently.
Yes. Then finally, I traded Polkadot. That was the last one I traded and picked some. Although I lost some funds there, but that was the last I traded. Just these three coins: the Phantom, BTT, and DOT.
Okay. Let's see. Delroy, are you here with us still? Delroy is not. Okay. Johannes, maybe you could share with us what you were up to. You did pretty well here. Number 5 out of 22 people. Johannes, you can chat if you have a mic there. Johannes Pretorius, white courtesy telephone. Okay, we'll come back to Johannes. Let's see. But this guy is when you end the tournament, it just stops at the predetermined time, which we went beyond here. But you get the idea. Once you get into this process and you have the basics out of the way, which is how to enter a tournament, how to place a trade, how to exit a trade, before you even do the entry, what one are you going to trade? In other words, you've got that list of coins to take a look at, which Daniel has made that pretty simple here. You can also go over to Coin Market Cap and determine what is a lot of movement right now today. We explored that, where you can look at in the last 24 hours or the last 7 days. Here's a pretty good indicator. Here's a coin, Doge, that had 386% in the last 7 days. Well, there's probably going to be some volatility there, knowing nothing else. And then we can see either I sorted it by the 7-day percentage, or I can do by the 24-hour percentage, either the worst or the best. And here's Nano. You get the idea. This is a resource you want to familiarize yourself with. It's one of a couple that I'm fond of. The other one is one called CoinGecko. This is another resource where you can do a lot of research about coins, you know, if you're investing, not trading necessarily, but it's also helpful for trading to know what's going on. It has a similar format, CoinGecko, to CoinMarketCap, and I'll paste this in the chat for everybody so you can have that link, as well as CoinMarketCap, again, for those that may have come in late. These are two resources that are biggies. They'll help you do a lot of homework. You also can favorite. You notice here's a coin that I've been keeping an eye on, Digibyte. So I've favorited that. I created an account on CoinMarketCap, and I can put the ones that I want to look at and favorite them. So then it'll alert me when there's activity going on that coin, and so forth. So there's some really handy tools on this. So back to this. I ended the tournament on this account with 98, so I lost money. You know, my two trades in Win and FTM, not so hot. Both of them lost, which, you know, obviously the objective in this case wasn't to, you know, necessarily have winning trades. It was to show you the mechanics of the tournament. But the main thing to take away from this, guys, is put your feet in the water. The water's warm. You can get in. If you make mistakes, not a big deal. You're learning. It's like riding a bike. You didn't ride the bike perfectly when you got on it the first time. You had to fall down, brush yourself off, get back on. This is the same kind of thing. And you look at somebody in no time at all, like Amika, who's already placing very high in the tournaments, you know, and it's pretty remarkable that somebody can have that kind of result that quickly, you know, and he's a representative example of that, you know. Just plug in and tune in to what's going on.
Yeah, and for lots of people with the Brank, I just want to say something. I've been in it since December, since we opened up. We all buy tokens and we play in tournaments. We earn credits. I look at this as having a savings account as you're playing in more tournaments and earning credits. That price of the credit's going to go up in value. So you can use this as a savings account for yourself. As you build more credits up, as you win tournaments, you can actually cash that out. So think of Brank as a savings account for you for the future, and you're also learning how to trade. And it's very lucrative for everybody to understand that Brank's not just here for you to practice trading. You could actually build a little team, get people involved, win tournaments, earn the credits. Credits go up in value, and you're going to have like a forced savings account. So that's pretty cool about this whole platform.
Yeah, very, very good point. Thank you, Michael. So tokens are the ticket to get in. You have skills, you develop skills, you start playing and winning, you get rewarded in credits. Okay. And with the credits, you see on here, in this particular account, I've earned around $90, okay, in value. That's real dollars. That's not play money. That's real money. In other words, I can convert this and withdraw this if I choose to. And I do that right down here with Wallet. I go credits or just withdrawals, and you'll see I could put in my withdrawal information here, my ETH, my Ethereum wallet, and boom, I can withdraw that money. So I also choose to leave the credits in here because fellas, help me understand what is the value per credit right now? I know it was at
28 cents.
Yeah. So you start doing the math on the tournaments. Now, obviously there's more credits if there are more tokens per tournament. In other words, those tournaments pay more. But if you've got skills, very quickly, you can be earning more than you're putting into play in the tournament. Okay. And then if you enroll people, you also are compensated when they enroll with you with your link and they choose to purchase tokens. You're compensated on that on two tiers, your first tier and the ones that they enroll. And that, you know, what you're compensated depends on how many tokens you have. That's all explained in the compensation plan.
Now, when we say that these tokens or these credits will increase in value, as soon as enough tokens are purchased, it will jump 10% In other words, the credits will go from 28 cents to 30 cents. So let's say that you had 100 credits in your account. You've been playing for a couple months. You got 100 credits now. Right now, today, that's worth $28. Very soon, it'll be worth $30. And as more tokens are purchased, there's a sliding scale, and once that happens, it'll go up another 10%. That happens for 40 repetitions. So we're not just talking about a little increase in the value. This goes for quite a ways. I mean, that's 39x from where it is today. And then after that point, it goes up in 5% increments to forever. So these vet credits are valuable. They do continue to go up in value as more people play. And when we get this out to the masses and more people start buying tokens and more people playing tournaments, you'll see those credits start escalating in value. So it's important to understand the credits do have a value. You don't have to take them out. You can keep them in the savings account type of idea like Michael talked about. You can turn them into tokens if you want to and keep playing. It's totally up to you. I think one thing too we should do, Robert, is show them, and I went back and looked at the free trades platform that still has 2 more days to go. Many of the people that are on this webinar right now are entered in there and have not placed a trade. So we should walk them back through to the tournaments, find that free trade tournament, and they can play for the next 2 days and practice the things that we did today.
Great idea. And in fact, I'm not entered with this. So I'm logged in. Okay. In other words, I have my Brank account. I'm logged into it. So to John's point, I want to go over to find a tournament to play in. Notice I'm right over here where it says tournaments. I go down here to categories and I click right there, and voila, up pops the inventory of the tournaments. And here's the one John was talking about. And see, these are all the tournaments that are available to play in right now. This one is free. So let's say I want to get into this tournament. I just simply click anywhere right there, and that tournament pops up. Now, I can join for free right here. Okay, do you see, everybody see the green button there? I just simply click on that, and voila, I am in. And I am in, he says.
And if you've already registered for that, and I see many of the names in here in the free trade, it'll say there, trade now. If you've already pre-registered.
There we go. I think, there we go. I just registered for the tournament. Now, to John's point, there's a whole bunch of folks down here that have not placed a trade. You can't win unless you place a trade. You can't lose unless you place a trade. You can't learn unless you place a trade. In other words, get in the game. Black Lazarus, we want you in the hunt. Who else is on here? I'm going to call them out. I'm that guy.
Yeah, it's good. It's a free tournament. You guys can go practice.
Yeah.
It's great. Then come in, you can buy some tokens, play in a real tournament. I just want to tell them my story. I've been doing this since the end of December, since we started. I've earned about 3,400 credits in tournaments.
Wow.
Just think about that. We're at about 30 cents right now, I do believe. Actually, it says 28, but that's $900 I've earned just playing tournaments.
Whoa, that's a good number.
And that's a savings account that I'm going to keep going, because that credit can be worth $10, $15, $20, $50 down the road. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. Buy some tokens, play the tournaments, get people involved, and you're going to see a nice savings account happening for yourselves down the road.
And you don't even have to go into an exchange, which you're not able to do yet. You learn, you earn credits, you put that in your savings account. Now, when this tournament is over in 2 more days, there will be another free run 1 week tournament pop up on the screen, and you can re-enter that for the next week. The next week, there'll be another one. So you can continue your journey every week by coming back to this free run and just rejoining it and keep you practicing. If you only practice 1 day out of the week, that's fine. It's all totally up to you. But the point is, this is here for you to practice going through the motions of trading, trying out a little bit about the indicators that we showed you, and you're not investing anything. The person that invited you here gave you this gift to start your journey on a new skill that can change your life. But you have to use it.
Yeah, great input, fellas. And guys, you know, that money that you earn with credits, that's your choice. Some will elect to leave it in, some won't. And that's cool. You can do with it as you wish. It's your money with which to make that choice. But you can earn money. I mean, I'm kind of stunned at the amount of money that Michael earned. I better get my rear end in gear. Got to catch that Canadian.
Well, we get involved helping a lot of people too, and get on tournaments. Me and John, we get involved just about every day on tournaments to help people.
Right.
So, you know, you win some tournaments, you lose some. And then we got some pretty big tournaments we joined that are 100 token tournaments that we play for 3 hours. And that's where it comes into effect. Like you start getting to these bigger tournaments, and that's where you can really earn your credits. So I really emphasize everybody, you can go do the free run, but you know what? Get involved, buy some tokens, join the tournaments, earn the credits. They go up in value. You got kind of a savings account sitting there. Next thing, bang. Next thing you know, you've got $1,000 or $2,000 sitting there eventually. So that's what's really cool about this whole concept. And you learn to trade when you're ready to take some real money to the market and trade a little bit there. Perfect. This is what this is for. You can come back to Brank. You can actually test drive some coins that you're looking at, and you can do it right in Brank on the learn feature or in the free tournament. You can take that coin, get it in there, and try and trade it. See how you make out. See how it moves. So we never had this when we started trading. When I started trading 4 years ago, never had this. When I first got introduced to this, I thought, oh well. But you know what? I'm a candlestick guy. Farmer John, very good with the MACD and the RSIs. I read candlesticks. That's the way I was taught. That's the way I've learned. But for myself, I've started to learn more about the RSIs and the MACD because that's something I've never used. And that's a great tool. The indicators are a great tool for you to use.
I'm going to throw something out here. I started trading more than 40 years ago. Wow. I went to school to be a professional and have a license. Until the last 4 months, I have never really made money trading. 40 years, I just in the last 4 months really started making money in my own cash account. And it's because of this platform right here. It's because of this community right here. People like Michael, myself, Robert. We have there's other people that come in here that have traded for 2 or 3 years. This is a gift, everybody. This is a gift that I have looked for 40 years to find, because here's the problem. Every year I would donate, or I donated. I would set aside up to 1/3 of my income to try and figure out how to trade. 1/3 of my income. I did that for probably 17 years, and finally I gave up. I just started going back to trading about 3 years ago. I was with another group. We had to pay $100 a month just to get on the platform. I traded with them for 1.5 years, and I broke even. I came to this platform 4 months ago, I learned from Michael. I learned from other traders. I learned how to use the tools, the indicators, but here's the most important part is I did not have to put my money on the line. That was a whole emotional piece of the pie that you will must understand is number one, you have to learn how to trade. And two, you have to learn how to control your emotions when you've got your own money involved. That is what this is. There is nothing else like this in the world. Nothing. You learn here first, and then you take the next big step. 40 years I've waited for something like this. Now you have the chance for the next 40 years to change your life. I'll be here for 20 or 30 years. I hope, God willing, but I have now a skill that I can use to help supplement my income. And what makes me even more proud is to be able to come to you today and share 40 years of experience in what works and what doesn't work. This will not work if you don't try it. This will not work if you don't come in and practice. This will not work if you don't come in here and ask questions. We are here to answer your questions because we had the same questions 4 months ago. We had to learn this. And it's just like Michael said, it's practice, practice, practice. But you practice with no money. It's free money. No one can ever take, you will never lose your house. I came close. I farm. I almost lost a farm because of my trading. I did lose one marriage over trading. I will never have that problem again. So this is a real gift that Daniel created for all of us. And please, please use it. But more importantly, please share it with your friends, family, and countrymen, because this will change your future if you use it. And we're here to help you. Robert has a passion to help you. I have a passion to help you. I cannot help you every day, but Michael and I, occasionally we will come on here and help you grow. But you have to take the first step. Robert, show them again how to get in the free tournament.
I will. And just to piggyback on what John said, and guys, something that I think is just going to be, usually trading is a pretty lonely sport, right? You even with our tournaments where they're not live, you're kind of on your own, right? You're trading by yourself. What you see here is a dynamic that is unique. You've got a community, you've got a squad. Think of from the perspective of soccer. Okay. I don't even have to ask, is the Nigerian team proud of their sport and proud of their team? Right. We have the pointed football, but it's the same idea. We do play soccer here in the US, but it's much bigger internationally. My wife is Romanian, so I've gotten used to when they refer to football, they're talking about something round. And think of squads and teams of trading. What says we can't have squads and teams here, that maybe a team, it may be a country. There's all different manner of things that can happen. We come in, and Amika has attended a couple of these where, you really start to get a sense of the community when you're among traders like Michael, like John, and others that are very capable, and we have fun. In other words, we have some banter. We trash talk a bit, that part of that's the fun of the whole thing, but you're not alone. You're trading with people and you have that connection. And when you're having fun, especially with a group that you're hanging out with, you have a much higher probability of taking away a lot of pearls on any given day. So let me now, to your point, John, let me come back and
just to ask Amika real quick. Just want to ask Amika, what does he think of the live tournaments? He's been on a couple of live tournaments with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you like it, Amika? How do you like our live tournaments we do?
I can't hear you well.
Mika, he was asking, how do you like the live tournaments that you've been involved in?
The live tournament, I can't remember now, but I know the introduction, and there's another one again, and just two. I can't remember. But I know one was introduction, and I've forgotten the name of the other one again.
You've been on a couple of our lives where we're trading and talking, Mika. How do you like that when we're all in a group? How do you like that when we're in a group talking strategies and coins? How do you like that?
Very wonderful. You learn so much. It was through the talking, it was through the discussions and talking that I learned how to use RSI. Mm-hmm. Just like you said, I've never used RSI before. I've been seeing RSI. I've been seeing MACD. Like I said, I have a little knowledge of about Forex. I've been seeing MACD. The only thing I knew was how to read these candles and all that. But it was during one of those discussions that I asked some questions. How do I use RSI? And I think it was John Farms also that taught me, that just put me to look at what you're looking for and look at what
I was on that same tournament with you, brother.
Yes,
and I was learning a lot that same day as well. I know exactly the one you were on. John was going through that, and I was taking notes furiously.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, so that's why it's nice to come to live tournaments and get involved, and you're going to learn a lot more. And then I just wish everybody would attend, because they are pretty good.
Yeah,
they are indeed there.
To finish up on this segment, guys. So here we are. We're on this free run. I want to now. I've entered.
Hello, sir.
I've entered the.
Hello, sir.
So now I want to.
Hello, sir.
Black Lazarus has another question.
I beg to ask for this free run thing to be taken a little bit slowly, so that I can get everything. So I really want to be in the competition. Thank you.
Okay. So basically the first step is you have to log in to your account. Then you find the tournament that you want to play in. That's the second step. To go there or to do that, let me get there.
And also, gentlemen, this has been recorded. Robert can make this recording available to you so you can go back and step by step go through and do it on your screen.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Let me get there from the beginning, from the edge. And yes, I will do that. So here we are. We've logged into Brank, and we're staring at this as we come in. Even if we're not staring at this, if I want to go to find a tournament, the way to do that, you see tournaments on the left and then categories, and then click on live. Are you with me, Black Lazarus?
Oh, yes, sir.
And then I click right there. I'm going to see the same thing, but I just wanted to kind of show you the cookie trail to get there. Now you see right here, free run tournament.
Correct.
I can just click on that anywhere on there, and then I can join this tournament. Okay. And because I'm logged in now, it doesn't matter because this one's free, but if it wasn't free, then I make the choice. Do I want to pay for this with the tokens that I have or not? And usually it's not much money, and the value I get is a lot. So I'd say, okay, click. And I am now in the tournament and ready to place a trade. I've got my $100,000 right here, and off I go.
All right.
That's it. And then it's just exactly what we did leading up to this point.
Okay.
Did that answer your question?
Verily.
Okay, good. There's another question.
And too, like, Mika and everybody's around there.
Just a minute, if you would, Mike. There's another question from Sokari. Our central bank placed a ban on our commercial banks having anything to do with cryptocurrency. My question is, how do I transfer money when I want to play a tournament? I would prefer having somebody that is Nigerian answer that. Here's my very simple answer to that. It's not a ban on cryptocurrency as I understand it. It's a ban on paying for cryptocurrency with a bank, which is maybe a subtle distinction, but one that is a distinction. In other words, can you be in cryptocurrency? Can you purchase it? As I understand it, you can, and that is not banned. It's just the utilization of money directly from a bank into crypto. Maybe Emeka or Stanley, if you could help shed some light on
Yes.
that would be helpful.
Yes, actually, I don't think, yes, it is a ban on banks transacting crypto, especially Bitcoin. Because down here we buy our crypto. I do business on crypto. I buy my crypto to do other things. In fact, I gained some money from one of the platforms Robert introduced me into, Crypto Pro. It was from Crypto Pro I now took my coins and bought some of the tokens I'm using now. So I don't think there's a problem about that. The major thing is meeting the right people. You understand me? Meeting the right people. The people are trading on coins. People are trading on crypto, but it is meeting the right people. Nobody would want to go to the bank and tell the banks that I want to pay so amount of money to somebody to give me crypto. Even if you're making a transfer to somebody, you just transfer. It's a wallet thing. Once you know, you trust the person, you just send your money where the person, send the money to the person, normal transfer, and the person sends crypto into your wallet. Nothing will stop you from doing that. So only what I think the banks are against in Nigeria is you trading crypto through banks, which I think they banned. But outside that, people are trading crypto every day. As I'm talking to you now, people are trading crypto the next hour, the next minute. Even today, I bought some crypto. Today, I bought some what they call it, some Tron today. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, I bought some. So people are still trading crypto.
And maybe Robert, maybe Emeka can help the team out doing that where he's getting it from. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's, and that leaves us out of it. And if these people can get with Emeka from the team here, then let Emeka give them an opportunity, because we don't know their rules and we can't tell them what to do, right?
Right. Exactly.
Maybe you could do a one-on-one interview with him and record it, and that way the team would have that. That'd be a great thing, I think.
Yeah. The very best thing, guys, is to get in our groups, because in the groups we have a lot of dialogue about issues like this, and that way you're connected. You're close to the fire. If you're away from the fire, it's not good. Just like with the tournaments where you have a community, so we have a community in the groups. If you're on Telegram.
Hello guys, I can come in here regarding
Stanley,
Nigeria.
yes, please.
Yeah, I can come in here regarding Nigerians buying crypto in Nigeria. I think what Emeka said is 100% okay, but I also want to throw some light in it. My Nigerian guys, I think we have Binance. In Binance, there is what we call P2P, which is peer-to-peer crypto transactions, where you can go in. When you get in there, you will see people that wants to sell their crypto for Naira. So you can do the transaction with them because Binance regulates it. Anybody you are sending your money to will definitely send you crypto, or else Binance will terminate whatever currency crypto the person has on Binance. That's the easiest way to buy crypto or buy USDT on Binance.
And that is called peer-to-peer, P2P, correct?
Yeah, peer-to-peer, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So that's the most trusted one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I even last night, I bought some USDT using peer-to-peer on Binance last night. I didn't even know the seller. I never met the seller before. I've never contacted the seller before. I just paid the sellers, transfer some money, transfer some Naira into the seller's account, and the seller confirmed my purchase. Simple. Because there is laws on Binance that regulates it. If you make some payment into the seller's account and the seller refuses to transfer your product to you, the seller will be banned on Binance. The seller's asset on Binance will be confiscated. Simple. That's it.
Stanley, while you were chatting, I just did a quick search on YouTube, and the simple search was buying crypto in Nigeria, Binance. And there's a whole bunch of different videos in here that explain how to do that. So you can kind of pick and choose. And, you know, if you see something that's 2 months or less old, like this one, I don't know if this is a good one or not, but here's one that's a month old. Here's one that's a month old. Here's one that is 8 months old. That one I probably wouldn't tune in on, because you want one that's, you know, since that action from the government. But there's lots of information on this. The other way is if you have somebody you know them, you know they're into crypto. You've got some Naira in your hand and you say, I'd like to buy some Ethereum. Yes. Here's my Naira. Send me your Ethereum. Sayonara. Yes. You're done. It's that quick. So don't forget the good old fashioned method of belly to belly works just fine too. You can do it. There's a number of ways to do that. And the cool thing is that, you know, we've got a way to play in this space, and very quickly people that are intent on improving their skills can do so on this platform. And guys, I really want to thank Michael Wowk and John Arting, Farmer John, for their contribution today. It was, I really, really appreciate you guys being here. It means a lot to me. And I know with the Nigerian team and others that may be from other countries, it doesn't matter where you're from. We can do this together. I'm pretty stoked about the Nigerian team because I ran an ad and there were 10 countries in my ad, and Nigeria dominated the responses. I mean, like nobody even close. So you guys clearly got the memo on crypto. And if I can do a little bit to help people in that country earn money, I'm more of a marketing guy than a trader. I'm working on the trading part, but the marketing part I've done for a bit longer. And, you know, the responses are phenomenal. We're getting a lot of interest from Nigeria about things crypto. And I couldn't be more excited to work with a new team. I've never been to your country. I've never been to your continent. And I want to change that. Once the virus is behind us, I'm going to find some flights, and probably I know who all the people from Nigeria are in my database.
Very important. Very important.
Yep. We'll break bread together, and you have to be easy on me with the pronunciation of the names, but I'll look forward to it. So, guys, any other questions?
There's one more question that Sakari has there. You might want to answer, because I'm not sure she understands everything yet. She says, I'm grateful. Thank you. My question is answered. Now, my next question is may I quickly know how to have a wallet on your platform?
Okay. Let me try and tackle that one, if I may. The wallet that you need, Sakari, is you need a wallet where you, outside of Brank, you have your own wallet. The one I would choose, if you don't have one yet, is Atomic Wallet. I'm gonna find the video again that I mentioned from before. Let me get there.
Hey, Robert, I do have to jump off here.
Okay.
I gotta get some stuff done, so I do have to jump off. I'm sorry to run on you, but
no worries.
We're almost coming on 3 hours here, right? So.
Yes, and thank you very much. I sure appreciate you being here, Michael, and same thing, John.
Yeah, I need to go too. I have a few things here I need to finish, but it's been a pleasure meeting all of you. Please use this time wisely to invest in yourself, in your future. I'm sure that we will be invited by Robert to spend more time with you after you've learned how to use the platform, and we'll be happy to spend another hour or two with you to improve your trading skills. God. But please, for your own benefit, practice and use this platform, because it can change your life if you use it. Thank you,
and
everybody.
Thing with the community we got here, with the community we got here, guys, we're going to have a lot more with the community of people we got here. There's going to be a lot of other opportunities you're going to be able to get into and do to earn. So I just want you guys, please stay involved, get involved, and do your thing. But there's going to be a lot more opportunities coming across your way in Brank that you're going to like. So Just
Yeah,
giving you a
and
heads up.
guys, you now know these two, their name. So, look on the, you can see who's registered for a tournament. Well, guess what? Here's a little clue. If these two are on a tournament and you want to learn something, hop in that tournament. Hop in and just, you can hop in, you can ask questions. The intro tournaments are like today where it's the basics, but the ones that are a little more advanced as your skills improve and you see Michael and you see John on a tournament together, that's a good tournament to learn a lot, guaranteed.
And there's a button on the screen that'll say, please join the Zoom, and you can talk back and forth with us. I mean, we'll work with you, but you have to click on the Zoom button, and that's our communication where all the traders talk.
Yeah. Okay, fellas, I know you need to get, thanks again. Appreciate you coming. I'm going to follow up with some of the remaining questions here. Just a quick note, Sakari is unisex. It's an IJA name, meaning God's oath, but this Sakari is male. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that cultural education. I appreciate it. Now I'm going to paste in a wallet for, let's see who asked that question originally. It was Sakari. I'm going to unmute you or give you the ability to unmute if you are interested in asking that question more directly.
Yes.
I have pasted in the link to a YouTube that I created about what are the wallet choices. And again, my favorite by far, if you don't have a predisposition or have made a choice already, is the Atomic wallet. And even if you have, you can always get another wallet. There's nothing wrong with having two or three.
Okay.
So Atomic wallet, and then I go into how to buy Brank tokens, how to purchase tokens. And then the third part is the detail of how to set up an Atomic wallet. So that's the link I just sent in there. You're welcome, Johannes. Thank you for coming. Are you in South Africa? That name is I think a giveaway, if I'm not mistaken. You may have already taken off.
Is that me? Sokare is Nigeria.
No, I know. There's another fellow that just said, thanks, gotta go. And I was looking,
Right.
his name is Johannes Pretorius, which I think is a pretty good indication he's probably South African. So did that answer your question about the wallet?
Yes, it did. It did. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you.
Once you have the wallet set up, then you get Ethereum and you can send it over to Brank. Okay. And the video will explain that. When you start earning credits and you want to retrieve those credits, what you need to do is you're going to get paid in what's called USDC. What's that? USDC is a stable coin, meaning it's pegged to the dollar again. It's actually, this will get a little bit technical, but it's important to know. Think of Ethereum as the parent. USDC are what are called ERC20 tokens. What does that mean? That means that the parent, Ethereum, is the platform they're built on. So if you're going to exchange USDC, and hundreds of other tokens, you need to have some Ethereum in your account, which you needed to buy tokens to begin with. The reason that we're using USDC is it's stable. When you have credits and you want to convert them over to dollars, it's already done. You're paid in USDC. You retrieve the USDC, you pull it out, and then you can do with it what you wish. If you pull it to Atomic Wallet or Trust Wallet or those, it'll allow you to do whatever you wish from that point.
Okay.
So, just looking at let me just show you this really quick. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Let me get there. You can see my screen?
Yes, I can.
So you see here, I've got my earnings dashboard. This is where I see lifetime earnings, amount of the payout, because I haven't done any withdrawals. But if I wanted to, I've got $90 sitting there. Okay. And this is how I would do that. I come down here to wallet down here, and I want to do a withdrawal right there, click. And then I would put in the the credit amount. Notice here, 1 credit equals 0.238 credit sell rate. Now, this is something right now that's just, it is what it is. This is not us doing this. This is Ethereum is very expensive right now. So the fees charged by Ethereum, and we're looking at a way to solve this. As you can see, if I took out my $89, I'd be paying $42 in a transfer fee. Ouch. I won't take it out right now until either we come up with a solution or Ethereum fees drop a lot. Don't let this get in the way of your education. You with me? In other words, if you leave the credits in, you'll get them out, and you can get them out at when Ethereum has a lower rate, or there's a different solution that we're exploring. But if I wanted to, I could take them out. I'd have to eat that fee, which I don't like. Again, it's not us doing this. It's Ethereum. I'd put in the amount I want to, so if I said, okay, I want to put in $85, it's going to pay me, or the credits, it's going to pay me $10.20. And see, I have 319 credits up here. So if I put in 300, this is the amount I would receive in USDC. You see that up here is my credits of 319. So I just put in 300 here. And I don't do this much, so which is why I'm a little clumsy with it. But here I would put my Ethereum address. This is the money. This on your Atomic wallet would be where you would receive the USDC.
Okay.
So you put that address, or in this case, it's an Ethereum wallet. I'm sorry. And again, this is potentially confusing for people. If you put in the USDC address here, that's the appropriate one. USDC is a child of Ethereum, the parent. Okay, because it's an ERC20 token. So I go into that on the video, but that's what's going on here. So, what other last minute questions, guys? We're getting on 3 hours here, which is no problem.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Bonds.
Please.
Mr. Bonds, I am grateful for what you've done, for what you've given to Nigeria, and I'm praying that the Lord will keep you till we meet again, and that pretty soon my name will start ranking. I gotta go now. Bless you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and it's a pleasure getting to know some of the folks from Nigeria, and I look forward to a mutually beneficial relationship, and hopefully we'll have a lot of fun and make a lot of money along the way, and one day be breaking bread together.
Thank you. Amen.
So again, I want to thank everybody for coming. If there's no other questions, we're going to bring this in for a landing. Have fun trading. You have fun, you're going to learn a lot. And as you see, it doesn't cost much money to play. The amount of value you gain far exceeds the cost. And particularly if you're not getting beat up with your real money, you're getting beat up with play money until you get the skills. Then you start to trade small pieces with real money when you have the skills. It's a much better approach. I've got lots of battle scars that prove this. So, any last minute, anything you want to ask or
Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, I want to wish you the best. Have a good evening. I know it's getting later in Nigeria, so it was a pleasure. This is Robert Burns here in Seattle signing off. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye-bye.